You'll have to excuse the poor video quality on this one. Can't find my camera. Okay, so if you want to volt mod your graphics card and it doesn't have software voltage control, you're going to have to get one of these, and you'll need one of these. Now what you do is you take your voltmeter, you measure from this pin on the graphics card, that is ground. You then use the other end across whatever chip. You find where the correct pin is for feedback. I suggest you look at the data sheet. You then have to find a point where that pin is connected to a bare solder point on the PCB, which is near a ground point. Or you can find a resistor that's already linked to ground. But in this case there isn't one. Now, because of the camera quality so poor, I'm just going to use one of these bigger contacts as an example, and I'll link in the underbar the thread which shows exactly where you actually need to do this. Now take your pencil, and you can actually just grind it on the contact here, and this won't actually draw a line that conducts, but you'll notice that you start creating some carbon dust. Now don't worry, this stuff's not very conductive, you can just blow it off and it's not going to interfere with any other components. But what you do is you then collect up that carbon dust in between the two connectors. So you would scrape and then move the dust into that gap there. Right? Now, you take your two prongs, let me just put this down. Yeah, it's not going to work. And you take them and you would bring them together in between the two contacts, and basically what you're trying to do is compress the dust down into a track. Now the reason you do that is that just the carbon dust on the two contacts will actually create a resistance, but as soon as you put it back in your computer or you turn over your graphics card, it's going to drop off, or the fans will just blow it off and it's completely useless. So by doing that you compress a track which is stable. You can knock the card, you can blow on it, you can turn it upside down and it'll stay there actually. So yeah, and after you've done that, measure the resistance, see how much it's gone down by. This voltmeter is pretty pants, but it starts at 4.48 k ohms. I think that's wrong because I actually borrowed a better voltmeter and it was 5 point something. But anyway, take it down by about 5% of whatever the voltmeter is reading, and then once it starts up, be very careful because now there's current going through it. Again, measure from ground to usually the top inductor pin, and that will give you the core voltage. And then measure that while the card's in 3D and it'll actually tell you what voltage is going through the chip, because if they're skimped out and it's not software programmable chip, it's not going to be reporting the voltages. So yeah, that's it really. Be careful, err on the side of caution, And I can't take any responsibility for anything you do.